Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Private Will, and today we're going to continue the Battle of Gettysburg. This is now second day of the battle, which is July 2nd. Just going to move this over here. Now, I did some review. I did get confused between turns 6 and 7 there yesterday. I forgot to bring in some reinforcement, and that confused me on which turn I was. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but no biggie. I'm just playing here solitaire, so it's not like it's affecting a lot of things. It's mostly to show what happens during one of those games. But, you know, sometimes it's easy to overlook something. I was going a little too fast there, and I got confused on the turns. So, we're now on July 2nd, and it's the second day of the battle. Just to give you an idea of what happened on July 2nd, actually, quite a lot of things happened on July 2nd in 1863. The battle went fighting on this side here near Culp's Hill, and that kind of was the whole thing for a while. Like I said, the way the Union Army was situated was along this sort of hook like this, but historians usually call the fish hook. And what General Lee was planning to do was to kind of attack them on the flank, and our Union commander were kind of very quickly trying to push back everything here. So this took for a bit of time during the day, and most of the fighting didn't start over here until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And some of the very well-known names for Gettysburg: the Peach Orchard, the Wheat Field, Devil's Den, Little Round Top, Big Round Top. This is where things happen, especially around here in the Wheat Field and Devil's Den. Devil's Den is basically like a ground of big rocks, and there was like shooting in between the rocks. And I believe it's here also that they found a big concentration of fire. It was the soldiers later said that there was so much shooting going on that they believed that bullets would fuse together in the air, like they would hit each other. And actually archaeologists have found cases of where bullets actually came together in mid-air and kind of fused together. So this is how intense the firefight was here. There is a famous regiment here from Maine, the 20th Maine, which was under the command of Colonel Chamberlain, who kind of saved the Union wing with a very unconventional move during the battle, and pushed back the Confederates, and as such kind of ended the attack on this side, which left things pretty much as a stalemate. So that's what happened in the real battle. Obviously things are a little different for us. Now, yesterday on turn 8, there was still quite a lot of things that happened here during the night, as Union troops did arrive during the night on turn 8. I'm just going to bring them in before we move to turn number 9, and it's basically the element of the 5th Corps. Just going to grab them here, and they arrive over here by this road here. So it's basically the commander, artillery, and 2 divisions. We still have the 3rd Corps to move here, and there's other units to move over here on A1, which is the remnant of the 3rd Corps, right over here. And then at A8, the leader of the Army of the Potomac, George Meade, arrives, and with him a good portion of the Second Corps and also the reserve artillery. So we're going to move these before we start turn 9 for the Confederate. So we're going to move the 5th Corps. I would like to try to let's see now. I think we're going to move it over here since Sickle 3rd Corps is still not complete, though it's coming this way. I think maybe we're going to try to see if we can just go and flank over here. So one of these units is going to move with the commander here. So I'm going to move these two here together. So so they got a movement of 5, 6 with the commander. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 6. So we're going to move them here. And I know I leave the artillery a lot of times outside of the game view. I just find the artillery a bit weak in this game in general, and I just use it mostly just as a kind of a cannon fodder, you know, just to flip it over and take a loss. Most of the times I was never really into the artillery for this game. So I'm just going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the 5th Corps will be trying to go on the side here. We're going to move what's left of the 3rd Corps over here, so they both have a 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just going to move Randolph over here, and they're now ready to move up and try to see if they can flank on this side. Now the 2nd Corps, or what's left of the 2nd Corps, is over here, and the 2nd Corps commander is what happened to Hancock? He's right over here. He's kind of by himself there. For most of the first day, Hancock was basically just like a sort of a wing commander. I didn't really use that rule, so I can't really do much with him without his units. I can stack him up with other units or anything like that. So we're going to move his 2nd Corps. We're going to start to bring it in and hopefully do some damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, unfortunately, they cannot move 2 at a time because there's no commander. Now, the reserve artillery, I could basically move them together along with George Meade and give them a movement of 6 because he's the army commander and he can pretty much command anything. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we're going to position them here on Cemetery Ridge. Right, there we go. Now, yesterday also, I did not put the, normally you would put these here. I'm going to put them on here now because, well, no, not really. We'll just leave it like that because I'm going to want to move them anyway. And this is basically our rally. When you put this on your units, they don't move for the entire day. They can just flip back. To be honest, I rarely use it. I just prefer to use the unit anyway and take a chance on the loss if I have to. So I'll just keep on going with this. So now we're ready for turn 9 at 6 a.m. on July 2nd, and the Confederate will go first. Now on turn 9, they've got artillery unit coming in from this side here, and it's artillery unit from the First Corps. Okay, so I don't have any commander except no, Alexander's still not there, so we'll just move them. Unfortunately, artillery, like I said, I'm not a big fan of artillery in this game. I find it's a bit too, weak. But these ones have a 2, so we'll try to use them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and since I can't combine anything here, we're going to try to send it with Longstreet is here, so maybe what I can do is I'll combine them here, and since it's my movement, I will move Longstreet here with them, and there we go. So we've got like maybe a good point of attack here with all of this together. So we'll do that. Now we're going to try to bring in the Second Corps back with Ewell here. Now there's not going to be any road movement here, so it's going to be 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2. Probably not a good idea, but we'll just go with that. Wish I could combine them, but I don't have. Robert E. Lee is the only one I could use for combining them right now, and he's kind of busy with this units here, so we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so the first movement are done. Actually, no, I want to move the cavalry. I forgot about my cavalry over here. So he's got a movement of 7, so he's got a 2 because he's crossing a river and the forest, 3, and 4, 5 to enter the forest. So that's going to get that artillery in danger here. All right, so now we're ready for the attack. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to combine all of this and try to see if I can just get this artillery killed here. So it's 1, and then this one as a, I'm gonna go like this, it's gonna be easier. A total of 3, so it's a total of 4. The artillery is 1, but it's in woods, so it's got a 2. So it's 4 against 2, and it's gonna depend on the roll. The artillery gets a 1. I get a 6 for the Confederate, so that's 10. It's more than enough to flip this unit and to eliminate it. Now, do I want to move? Because over here we got some unit here, and these units are not in a good situation because they've already been flipped. So I think we're just going to leave them like this for now. So those ones, well, these ones are moved. So I'm just going to move and do the combat. So I'm just going to get myself a little square here, just to remind me not to do anything with these anymore. Now we've got Anderson and some of these units here, and I think I'm going to attack this stack over here. So that's going to be a 5 plus 1, that's a 6. And then combining these two, that's 4, so that's a 10. And over here, you've got a total of 4. So it's 6 against 4. Now, unless I get a very bad roll, I should be able to do something with this. And yikes. The Unions get a 9, and I get a 2 for the Confederates. So that's 6 plus 10, that's, how much was it? So that's 6 plus 4, that's 10, so that's 12. This is a 9, so that was 9, 13. So actually, it's going to be a retreat for, for the Confederate. No choice. I have to retreat. And I'm really not lucky with my dice. There we go. It's just a typical game for me. I'm usually not very lucky with dice. Most of people who know me, we usually joke about that. Okay, we're going to try to do other damage then. This one should be here. Need to stop knocking them down. So we got, I'm going to try to attack here, since this is one division by itself. There's a 4 and a 2, so that's a 6. It's in the open. They only have the 2 for defense. And I get a 9 for the Confederate, so that's 15. And I actually get a 6 for the Union, so that's an 8, but that's actually more than 6. It's yep. So it's flip, and not only is it flip, but it's also eliminated. So finally, I get some things going here. Okay, so I can only move 1 unit because I don't have any other commander here. So I'm just going to move Johnson in this aisle here. Now, the last attack that I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this up here. Well, I won't put it, it's really not necessary. It's over here. So these ones are 4 and 8 and Rhodes have a total of 11. Now, I wasn't very lucky yesterday with some of these attacks, even though they're truly dominating. It's really sad. So hopefully we're going to do a little better today. So I get a total of 8 for the unit, so that's a 10. And I get 14 for the Confederates. So there is 1 loss for the Union. Doesn't really matter which one I move because they're both the same. So we're just going to eliminate this one, and we're going to have to retreat. And we're going to move these ones over here. So finally starting to do some damage here, which is important in this game because the Union gets so much more units. Even though they're weaker, they get, after a while, it becomes a bit of a problem for the player playing the Confederate to figure out, like, what can I do? So now we're at turn 9 for the Union, and the Union gets 1 more unit on this turn. It's cavalry, artillery, and it comes in over here. So we're just going to place it here for now. So we need to move some stuff. We need to bring in, the 2nd Corps and kind of maybe use the 5th Corps to attack and kind of pull Reynolds out of there before he gets in too much trouble. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so first off, I'm going to remove Reynolds because he's really now in a bad situation. So I still have 1 unit of the 11th Corps here, which is Barlow, and Howard is here. So I'm going to, I'm just going to move Wadsworth first. So he's going to have a 6 because he's moving with the commander. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to stop over here. And we're going to put Reynolds over here. His score is pretty much decimated at this point. He's got 1 more artillery here. We're going to move it 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see if I can come just and defend this victory point here with that for now. Okay, so now we got Buford, who's also a little bit hurt from what has happened to him yesterday. So we're going to move him here and try to protect the flank from this victory point. Now we got the 5th Corps. So now we can start doing some attacks and probably not go very far, but we're going to give it a shot. So this stack over here will move. I really need to fix this. So this stack over here will go this way. There's enough point to do that. It's 5 against the 10 of here, but I'm not going to attack right away. I'm going to combine some units first. We're going to move the artillery of Osborne for the 11th Corps over here, and we're going to move Hancock over here, which lets us have 2 units of the 2nd Corps available here to make the attack. They can actually reach it from there. We're going to move A's forward. I'm going to put him in Gettysburg, and we're going to put Hazard right in the back over here. So that's for this side. Now Howard can actually, he's been doing pretty well, so we're just going to leave him there and let them attack instead of him trying to do something here. Now the 12th Corps. The 12th Corps is all that's kind of Slocum here. What do I got? I'm just gonna leave him here. Try to defend these victory points. These are here. So now we're going to move Sickles on the side here, and we're going to start to hit 1, 2. We're going to start to hit the flank over here, and this can actually reach. Yeah, there we go. Voila. So there we go. Now we can do some attacks. This is a pretty sure shot here, hopefully. I got a total of 8 against just a 1. He gets a +2, +1 because he's in a forest, so that gives him a 2. So 8 plus 2. So leave it to me. So it's 5. So that gives me 13. And I get a 9, which gives me an 11. So I don't really do any damage, but I force it to retreat. And I'm just going to retreat it over here. All right, now I said I was going to leave those ones there. There's move. So we're going to attack over here now. And we're going to try to push back these units before they get more reinforcements coming in from this direction. So I'm going to, since I'm so weak, and this is pretty big stack here, I'm going to, should I combine or just attack both? This gives me a 5, it's a 10, that's a problem. This one is really, really strong, and this one gives me a 6. I really want to use this one on this Johnson unit here, try to push it back somehow. Or do I combine? I think I'm just going to combine because, so this is a 6 and a 5, and this is a 10. So that's 11 plus, there's no modifier, so it's 11 against 10. So now it's come down to the dais. Oh my gosh. So I get 14 for the Union, and I get 18 for the Confederacy. Did I tell you I was very bad at dice rolling? So they're going to have to retreat, and they're going to have to take a loss. And so we're going to take a loss here for, they're both the same. I'm going to lose this one. Try to keep the tree together, so I'm just going to move it over here. And this one will move. They're both trees, so we're just going to, this one, and just move everybody over here, and voila. So again, not a very good turn for the Union. It's just one of those days. We move to the 10 turn, which is the 8 to 10 turn. Confederacy goes first, so now they do have they come in at turn 13, so there's nothing else that comes in. So what do we do? Oh yeah, well, I actually forgot McLaws and Hood there. Those are the remnants of the First Corps of Longstreet. So 1, 2, and we're just gonna bring them over here with Longstreet. That's those are big guns, and they're going to probably start doing some damage very soon. So where do we move our units for the Confederacy? Well, we're kind of doing well over here, and I want to kind of try to push them a little bit. So let's see, I move Johnson here and Dan's here. I can combine an attack here. I'm just going to bring this up a little closer. Johnson can attack over here, and we're just going to move Ewell here and these two, and we're going to see if we can get rid of this 5th Corps. What's left of the 5th Corps here is just artillery. And now it's time to bring in our favorite general, Longstreet. Longstreet, I'm going to go over here. He's going to bring in his 2 big division of Wood and McLaws, and we're just going to move the artillery forward here. Nelson is over here, and we're going to bring this one this way. Now on this side here, for the rest of the 3rd Corps, A.P. Hill is a bit isolated, and Humphreys is now coming up here. Since I got Lee, I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully we're going to be able to do some damage here. A.P. Hill will move over here to try to help out on this attack and try to push back Sickles. There we go. And we're going to bring in 8 in the woods here. Hopefully that's going to give him some protection, and that should work pretty well. So that's it. So now for the attacks. Now over here I got a stack of 6, and I'm going to combine it with this one, which is a 3 against a stack of 8, so that's 9, plus the defense in the 3, so that's 9 against 9. Hopefully we're going to get something good, and we do. So we get 1 for the Union, and we get 8 for the Confederacy, so that gives us a 10 against 18. So that's 2, whoa, 2, was it 2? Yeah, 8 or 9, yeah, that's a 10 against, what was it again? Just to be sure before I take the losses, 6 plus 3, that's 9, that's 17. So that's 7 over, yeah, so that's actually 4, 8, 9, 10, so that's 7 over, yeah, that's basically 2 losses. So both of these are gone. Wow, okay, so there we go. And Sickles will have to definitely retreat back over here, and now we're talking. Now it's starting to get really serious. We're going to move Anderson and Robert E. Lee over here. Finally starting to do some damage here. We're going to leave A.P. Hill because some of his units are depleted in the wood. That's going to give him an extra defense. All right, over here, McLaws and Hood. So that's a total of 11. They're attacking in the clear. They got a 4, so it's 11 against 4. That gives them Union. That gives them a 8. That gives them a 13. So that's 1 loss and a retreat for. And we're just gonna move it this way. Now we're in trouble. There we go. Starting to take some losses, and we're just gonna push Longstreet and his units forward here. Now we move over here. We're gonna have Johnson and Dance combine together and attack Hayes. So that's a total of 6 against 3, but he gets a +1 because he's in the town. So that's 4. So it's 6 against 4. Let's see if the dice still go our way. Oh, not this time. So he gets a 9 for A, so that's a total of 13, but 6, that's 14, so that's still a win for the Confederates. So A's doesn't take a loss, but he needs to retreat, and he's going to retreat over here. He's got no choice because he's got units here, and Johnson's just going to move into Gettysburg. Now the final attack will be here with Ewell, and so that's an 11. That's a huge stack, and this is going to be a 4, but it's an attack against the river here. So this defense will get a 5 against an 11, and that's going to be close. So 11 plus 9, that's 20, and they get a 10, so that's 14. Oh, and actually that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's 11 plus 9, that's that gives them 20. Yeah, definitely. And this one gives them a 3, 4, so that's 14. So oh la la, so that's more than them. So both units get turnover. So Aries is gone. Barnes is now wounded and has to retreat. And you will not move forward because now I want to attack this way. So good turn for the Confederacy. It was a bit hard on the Union. I seem to get die rolls only in one direction most of the time when I play these games. So we're now turn 10, and it's going to be the Union's turns. And there's no reinforcement coming in, so we're going to move. We're going to move this cavalry here, artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 6, and 7. Hopefully that's not going to do much with the firepower coming in, but at this point I don't have much choice here. Now I really need to find a way to protect this quickly, so I don't know if I should move. This is only 3. Do I have something a little better? Not really. This is a 4, and it needs to stay there for now so that we can defend. Yeah, I'm just yeah. Unfortunately, only one unit can go there because Wainwright is artillery. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, plus the hill, that's 4, but he's got Reynolds. So we're going to stack this up here. And unfortunately, I do not have any more First Corps unit to combine with him. So that's going to be just a temporary thing right now. Barnes is the 5th Corps. I only have this. I'm going to combine these, and I got no choice. I'm going to have to move these up here and hope for the best. And I'm just gonna stay on the defense here. Most of the places I can't really attack, so for now I'm just gonna stay on defense. I'm getting some reinforcement on the next turn, not necessarily for the best, but hopefully I'm not gonna get pushed too back. So we're now at turn 11, and so I'm gonna move this along here because there's still like 5 turns left, and we're already more than 30 minutes in. So we're going to keep pushing as the Confederate. So I still don't have anything new coming in on this turn for the Confederate, but we're just going to keep attacking. So we're just going to try to start pushing things back a bit and try to get some losses here. So this is a 6 against a 1, but it gets another 1 because so it's 2. 6 against 2. So that's 5 for Confederacy and a 10. So that's a flip, and it's a retreat. And we're moving these ones forward. So I'm going to try to push things up as quickly as possible, get some victory points here before more of the units come in from the Union. Now, Pender against Slocum here. So he's got a total of 6. And he only has, so he's going to stay on the defense. We're not going to attack here. I'm going to let McLaws and Hood do the damage here. So this one is going to be a hurtful one. So that's going to be 3 against 11 plus 3. That's 14. 14 against 3. And well, it's going to be close because I get an 8. So that's an 11. No, it's not going to be close actually. And I'm going to get an 8. So that's more than 20, which is 2 flips. Yeah, 2 flips. So Schwartz kind of survives here, but he's going to have to retreat. I'm going to move him here, and Howard's going to come here with him, and that's another loss. And it's getting bad now. There we go, McLaws. This, like I said, this stack is really, really, when you get that one going, it's really difficult for the Union. 4 against 4. Nothing's. We'll just leave Johnson there for now. I can't bring in the artillery just yet. We're gonna attack Hurley here. That's another big stack, which is in 11 with Ewell. We're gonna try to get Barnes here. So this is a total of 2 against 11. So unless I get very lucky, it's gonna be a disaster. Well, I got a 9 for the Union, which is basically a 11. Unfortunately, I got a 9 also for the Confederate, which basically a 20. So that's 2 flips, and I think Martin is going to be a loss. No, he's still in the game. I'm going to move him up here, and we're going to move Sykes over here, and we're going to move our big stack forward. So we're starting to push. Turn 11, movement for the Union. So I still have in control of most of the victory points, but it's getting to the point where obviously the Confederates going to get some points soon. Now I do get some reinforcement, but it's not necessarily the greatest. I get the artillery reserve commander, which is Tyler, and I get 3 of his unit with him, but they're horrible. They're just like ones, so it's not gonna help a lot. And we also get the last remnant of the 5th Corps, which is the division of Crawford. But Sykes is in trouble, and I don't know if we can reach him. I don't think so. Comes in from this road, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can actually reach it. I don't know what good it's going to do, but we're going to go with that. And we're going to move the artillery reserve with Tyler. And we're just going to move it over there and try to stop Henderson somehow. I don't think it's going to work, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5.5. We're just going to move these units with it. It's not going to change much because these are, like I said, very, very low units. But I got to slow him down somehow. And we've got this one, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just going to leave it there. And I'm not going to attack really because at this point, if I get a really bad attack, it's just going to hurt too much. I'm not going to have enough units left to defend. So we're going to move to turn 12. So still no reinforcement for the Confederacy, and we're going to move some unit now because some of them are starting to be a little behind. This unit is not very strong, but it's probably going to be able to help. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're just going to leave it here. It's going to be able to attack this one here. Yeah, maybe we can bring 8 too, so that he can help Johnson somehow. No, he won't be able to because it's not the right X. Pender, can he help Pender maybe? If I move him over here, yeah, maybe we'll just move him. Oh, that's the 3rd Corps though, because I want to leave him close to Longstreet, so I'm just gonna moving him here. Gonna get Barlow here. Alexander, we're going to let's see now. Maybe I can move 8. Just actually, I'm going to move 8 down. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and we're going to leave it here. No, that's not good. I'm just getting lost here. I don't know what to do with this one. I'm really confused here. Can I move it over there to help with Shorts? Maybe I should do that then. So it's 1 by road, 3, 2, 3, and 4, 5. So he barely makes it. So, all right. So that should work. We'll just go with that. Now I need to meet. I'm gonna move Longstreet's artillery a little closer, and I wish I could combine them, but I can't right now. So, but Hoods and McLaws are gonna do so much damage anyway. And then we're going to move the artillery of 2nd Corps a little closer to here. All right, there we go. Took a while to decide, but I figured it out here. So the big stack over here will again try to attack, and we're going to go with a 6 + 1, 7, and we're going to attack Randolph, who's got a 1, and hopefully we can just like get rid of him, and I think we do. So that's going to be a 5 for the Union, and it's going to be a 6, so that's 13. Yeah, he's gone. We don't have to worry about him anymore. And Anderson and Lee will move up along with the other unit. And it's obvious now that I'm trying to make a push for a little round top here. It's 5 points, so it's really worth it. All right, so there we go. Now the next attack will be here. I moved that here because, like I said, I want to, this has got some hurt here, so I want to combine a few attacks together. So this is 6 for the Confederacy against a 1 here for Schurz. There's no other modifier, and Confederacy gets a 2, and that gets a 10. There we go. And the Union gets a 6, which is a 7. So it's 1 loss and a move back. And so Schwartz is gone. Howard's going to have to go back. And Pender and A.P. Hill continue their move forward. Now the big gun, McLaws and Hood, that's 11. They got a 6. No other modifier for this. They get 10, 21. They get a 3, so that gives them a 9. That is very painful. So that's 2 flips and a retreat. So I'm just going to get both unit flips, and I'm just going to move it back over here because the artillery is in the way. And there we go. So Howard is over here, Sickles over here, and Slocum is over here, and this is painful. There we go. And the big stack keeps on moving forward. Next, we're going to do Johnson here against this stack, which is a total of 4. 4 against 4. It's in the open. Probably not a good idea, but my dice are going pretty well with the Confederacy here. No, this one was bad. So now I get the roll, you know. So I get 13. I get 8. So that's more than. So this one is gone. See what I mean? I'm very not lucky sometimes. And that's it. That's a big loss, actually. Very big loss. Now, my other big stack over here, we're going to attack here. So that's 11. And that's a 3. There's no other modifier. Oops, my dice flipped out. So that's a 2. I'm dropping everything here. Just give me a second. I completely lost my dice. I'm going to have to go get. Just went completely under the table. So we're just going to get a 2 for the Union, which is not good. And get a 3 for the Confederacy, so it's not great either. So that gives us a total of 5 for the Union, and a total of 14, 5. So that's going to be 2 flips and a retreat, and now I'm in big trouble. We're gonna have to move Sykes this way, and this game might end before July 3rd. The way things are going, the Union is losing a lot of units right now. And Hurley will just move this way because he's having so good luck right now. See if my artillery can do some damage, maybe with a bit of luck here. I'm gonna try a dance against Azerts. It's 2-1. It's in the open. So I get a 9. He gets an 8. So he's got no choice. He's gonna have to retreat, and he can only retreat all the way here because there's unit in the way. Actually, that's pretty good. And what about here? Should we try this? It's a 2 against 2. It's in the open. See if we can get our luck going again. So he gets a 10. I get a 9 for the Confederacy. It's 11. So it's still a win. No losses, but still a win. So I'm going to have to move it all the way back here. And we're just going to move the Alexander. See, that's what I mean. That's normally that in a real battle, that would not happen. Like, there's no way an artillery would be able to do this to a division, but that's how the game works. So if you get good rolls, you can definitely get something going. So That's turn 12 for the Confederacy. Now, believe it or not, more Union infantry is coming in, and they're coming in from this hex over here, but it's not great units. There's a 2nd Cavalry Corps and the cavalry artillery. So now we've got Greg, and I really need to think about defending Little Round Top. So we're going to move Greg cavalry 1, 2, 3, and we're going to stop it here. So these 2 units will go here. They can reach it, no problem. Now the Cavalry Corps commander, basically there's not much he's going to be able to command right now, because there's not that much cavalry on the field as we speak. Gamble is with Buford. We're just going to move him here for now. We'll just leave him there. And the last of the cavalry artillery, well, we're going to try to move it to this around there and try to see if we can defend. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there we go. Try to see if we can somehow stop this onslaught going on over there. And should I try to attack? Do some push back over here. I do have a 4 here, which would give 4 to 2 here. I gotta, over here, there's no way I'm attacking here. This is just not gonna work. Should I try to push back? You know, well, give it a try. It's probably gonna be, so it's 4 against 2. And there we go. I got a 7 for the Confederacy, and I get a 3 for the, which is a 7. So defender wins. So Gibson's gonna have to get back. Oh my goodness. Like I said, when it goes bad for me, it goes bad. And so Hancock will come here. And voila. All right. Move to turn 13 for the Confederacy. They do have some unit coming in, which is some cavalry unit. Stewart, not a great cavalry, but should be okay. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll leave it here. Yeah, we'll just leave it here. I got a cavalry artillery coming in, and I think I'm going to combine it with Stewart here. 1, 2, 3. We can combine it, so that's going to give him a little bit more firepower. I should be able to do something. And the famous General Pickett finally enters the battle on this 2 o'clock turn. He's the last remnant of the 1st Corps that still hasn't showed up yet with Longstreet. So we're going to start moving in toward the battle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's getting closer to his units here and his commanders. Voila. So that's the move. Now, what else are we going to move? I can attack here. This is 1 against 1, but I think I'm going to move this in order to help this attack here. These will attack this way, so perfect. And these will attack over here, and my big stack over here, so nothing else will move. So we've got my big stack over here which has been doing pretty good. Well, it's not a big stack, but it's better than nothing. So that's a 6. We're going to combine it with this one, so it's going to be a 7 against 2s. Let's see if my luck change. Yeah, it actually changed. So that's a 9. That's a 12. So we're going to flip Jenkins and retreat him this way. And Lee and that stack will have to move over here. So there we go. Okay, so Pender will move. That's a 6. I think I'm going to try to eliminate this. So that's 11. That's 17 against this poor little soul here, who's got no shot with 2. I'm going to try to see if we can just eliminate this once and for all. Wow. He gets a 9, so that's 11. And I only get 2 for them, so that's 13 plus the 3 over here. So that's 15 plus 8, it's 18. It's actually pretty close, but I do get 2 flips. And Pittsburgh is still alive. This one is eliminated. And Meade really has to retreat now. And we're going to move him here. And we're just going to move my big stack over here so we get 1 victory point for the Confederacy. Now what else we're going to do? We still have big stack over here. So we're going to 11. We're going to try to get A's against a 3. We need to get some damage. So that's actually pretty bad. That's 12 plus E, basically 14. So we just barely make it. So he's got to retreat, but he's not lost. And we're just going to have to retreat him over here. And we're not going to move it because I want to keep attacking this way. So that's it for this turn for the Confederacy. Now the Union, we really need to redeploy stuff here. So first of all, we've got units coming in again, but again, not that amazing. We're just the commanders of the 6th Corps, the 3rd Cavalry, and I only get 1 division of the 6th Corps coming in, and the 2nd and 3rd Corps Cavalry coming in. I'm going to see if we can try to combine them over there and get something going. All right. So first of all, we're going to move Sickles out of there. There's nothing more you can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to move him here. And we're going to move Howard out of there because he's also not doing any good there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So I don't think I got anything left for either one of them. As it comes to the 11th Corps and the 3rd Corps, I think they've pretty much been wiped out. So I can't pretty much use them anymore as combining units. All right, now we're going to move our 6th Corps. I think I'm just going to move straight to Little Round Top and try to start defending it, because that's 5 points and they're coming really fast. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he gets a 6 because he's got, but we're not going to move him. We're just going to move him after. The cavalry now, Farnsworth. We're going to move him toward this side. Yeah, I'm going to go and hope for the best here. So that's a 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this one is the last remnant, the last unit of the 2nd Cavalry. We're just going to start moving him over here with Craig and these other units. All right, so that's it for turn 13. Just going to move to turn 14. Got a couple of turns left after that, so we're going to try to do this quickly because it's already been a long turn. All right, we've got pushed back over here before. We're going to try to come back at them again. So we're going to move the cavalry here and this stack over here in order to start attacking here. We're going to move the E division this way and try to get Robertson. What else are we going to do? Well, we still have Hippie Hill, which we're going to move forward so we get another victory point. Now my big stack will attack in combination of EV here. This is going to be attacking here. My big stack will attack here. All right, so we're going to do this attack real quick. This is my total of, curse my big fingers, 6 plus 1 for the cavalry, which is going to be attacking with it, and it's just 2. There's no other modifier because they're in the clear, so it's 6 against 2. So I get a 13 for the Confederacy, and I get a 9. So that's 13, 11. So it's a pushback. There's no unit loss, but they're going to have to retreat. So we're going to move them this way. And we're going to hope for the best here, even though there's a lot of unit around that they can combine to attack. Hopefully, Heat and Pender can do some damage. Heat will attack this unit here, so it's a 3 against 2. So that's going to be a 10 for the Confederacy and 5. So that's 1 flip and a retreat. And there's not much more I can do. I'm going to retreat it over here. And we're just going to move Eat this way. So that should help get some reserve. Pender will, we'll just leave the big stack for here. Pender will attack Meade here and try to get it move out of the way. So just a 3 against a 1. So it's not a big battle. So I get 8 for 11, and I get 4 for 5. So that's a flipped and another unit loss. I will just move Meade all the way here, and it's getting a bit serious now for the Union. July 3rd is going to be a quick battle. McLaws, no, the big stack, 11. So they got a 4 here. It's both of them on a hill, so there's no modifier here. And there's nothing much else I can join here because Pender already attacked. So we're just going to go 11 against 4. And it's going to be close. That's going to be 16 plus, that's going to be 10 or so. No, actually, that's going to be a double flip and elimination of these units. This is not looking good. And Slocum will have to retreat all the way here. So pretty much all I got left now pretty much is commanders on the Union side and not much fighting units. Longstreet will move forward. Poor Crawford is kind of getting isolated by himself here. Alexander and Stewart will try to eliminate this unit here. So that's 2, 4 against 1. He gets +1 because he's on a hill, so that's 2. So it's 4 against 2. And wow, he makes it. So that gives him an 8. And that gives me a 7. So Confederacy actually has to move back. That's what I mean. He just can't win this game. It's just so weird sometimes. Here we go. Move back into Gettysburg. Stewart doesn't do much. There we go. Now my big stack, which is 11. And we're going to try to finish Reynolds here. He only has like a couple of units left. So it's 11 against 2, but he's in a wood, so that's 3. So 11 against 3. And he does get a good roll. 7, which gives him a 10. Unfortunately, the Confederacy gets a 9, which gives them a 20. And Wadsworth is gone. Reynolds is pushed back. And we take possession of Avalon Hill. So that's more points for the Confederacy at this point. So you got 4, 5, you got something like 5 points already with the Union with only 5. So it's 5 against 5 right now. It's pretty close. There we go. So this is it for this turn for the Confederacy. So we move to turn 15. I'm going to try to wrap this up now. Turn 15. No unit comes in for the Confederacy. We're not going to do anything else. I really can't attack with the Union right now. I have to remain pretty much on the defensive because it's just I don't have enough point to really kind of attack. Even if I try to combine this, if I get a really bad roll, then you're gonna come in and get a little round up. I gotta stay on the defensive with the Union here. So okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that. So. All right, turn 15. So what do we do? Confederacy. We're gonna move. So we're gonna attack. Which one do I attack? There's possibilities here. So I'm gonna this one. It's gonna be a loss here. I'm gonna try to move this back and move this way. Try to get the unit flanks here. So I'm gonna go with this is a 6 + 1, so that's 7. He's 2 plus because he's in the wood. 7 against 2. So I get a 9 for the Union and 11. So he's pushed back, and we're gonna move Lee up this way. We're just gonna leave him there for now. McLaws, we're gonna attack this way. So that's my big stack. He's got 3 against 11. He gets 9, but they get 10, so that's another 2 flips and another loss. And Longstreet is really doing damage now. And then we're gonna have Early try to keep pushing here. I still have these units, but I'm gonna bring him later. Reynolds is finished. So we're gonna attack with this one. That's 11. It doesn't really matter which one I attack at this point. I won't move anyway. I'm just gonna try to eliminate it. So it's they got a 2 because they're in the wood. So that gives them a 6. That gives me a 15. So Wainwright is gone, and I won't move. All right. And we moved to the Union for just before the night. I'm gonna see if I can just get this over here just to defend. The commanders at this point, Third Corps is completely gone, so I'm just gonna move it back here. Meade can still combine units, so we're going to use him. Just gonna move this here. Slocum's gonna move here. Meade will, let's see, Meade can combine maybe these two here in this wood, so that's gonna give me a bit more power. And Cock on the second is still here, but he's being pushed and I can't really get anything done with Longstreet. Crawford is pretty much by himself now, unless I retreat him. And same thing for Osborne, so they can't really attack anywhere. So I'm just gonna move Sykes back along with Crawford. 1, 2, 3. See if I can put him here and move the artillery that's left of the 11th Corps. We'll just move him toward Howard here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and he makes it. So there we go. All right, so this is the night turn now. I think I'm going to use the rally to hopefully get some units flipped. I'm going to take a chance with Gamble. I don't think he's going to do anything, and Gibbons will have to stay there. So there we have it. Pretty bad day for the Union. It's not looking good. I think by tomorrow it's going to be quickly over. Probably not going to be able to complete the turn. The Confederacy will get all the points and it's going to be done. So I'm going to stop that now because it's been a long one, and hopefully you'll join me tomorrow for the next and final day and see what's going to happen. Until then, please let me know your comments if you have any for this turn, and if you haven't done so, please join the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. I'm going to keep planning on doing this for a little while. Just keep gaming the games and show you some of the games that sometimes a lot of people don't really see, because a lot of channels, they do the newer games. So until next time, stay safe everyone.